It's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion?
What a human that is more human than another human. The beauty of the life you live is going to be directly determined by the impact that you make in the life of people, even as you sojourn in this life. The people you touch while in the journey of this life is going to determine how you end the journey of life. So as you go about your business this morning, do well to impact somebody. Be deliberate about touching somebody's life in the little way that you can. Sometimes these little things that you do might seem like nothing to you, but they are actually a lot to the person you're doing them to. So as you go about your business this morning, bless somebody in the little way that you can. That way, you will be fulfilling the essence of humanity and the purpose for existence. Good morning from the hills of ZINARIYA here in the city of Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. If you can hear my voice this morning, then it means you're tuned into the frequency meter of Unity 93.3 FM and TV. And of course, it is still that your most anticipated political and socio-economic program on the radio, the Unity Train. As usual, we'll be taking you on this ride this morning into the political landscape of our dear nation, Nigeria. It promises to be very informative, educative, and very, very interactive. I said very, very interactive because this morning I will be doing something a bit different. It's been a long while we brought to you city reports, and we've not heard or given you the avenue to air your challenges in your area, your various anguas to the appropriate authority. This morning I'll be opening the phone lines first before even reading the newspaper headlines, so you can call in and tell us the challenges that you're having outside there in your community, so the appropriate authority listening to this program this morning can come to your aid. Well, we are still going to be doing it in 3 segments. The first segment is going to be city reports today, and then I'm going to crown it up with the newspaper headlines. Then the second segment is going to be the transit segment, where we are going to have a deeper conversation into certain issues of interest this morning. Then the third segment is still going to be your segment, the interactive segment, where you call to give your input as to the discourse in the House as far as it concerns Nigeria's politics. Well, I'm just going to open the line this morning for us to call in and then give our submissions into the concerns we have in our various areas. You can get us on YouTube on Unity FM TV, while on Facebook we are on Unity FM/TV Jos. And if you want to call in and give your complaints or send in your inputs to the appropriate authority, the number to call is 07032353315. 07032353315, and the numbers to send your SMS to, if you want to send in an SMS, is 08163141141. I am doing this today, opening the phone lines firstly because it is important that we get to understand that only it is our inputs into the system, to the government, that determines their policies, and whatever we send in will shape the direction or determine the direction of the policies that they will make. Only that way can we feel really directly the impact of our governance in our various societies. I already have a caller this morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning, Mr. Benedict.
Thank you very much. Sometimes I don't even hear you from my end, but I'm not going to show you. You can hear me, and our listeners are also listening to me. They can hear me.
Sure, I can hear you.
Yes, lots of times, honestly, I don't know why I'm here from my office or from the house where I am now. I have been hearing you guys. It's fine. I have a serious concern about just 2 things I want to mention this morning quickly. I'm not going to take much of your time.
Okay.
The first one is from the radio station,
Okay.
I don't know how possible it is for you to bring back city reports.
Definitely. Okay. Okay.
You can never tell how people have really the program like this is an opportunity to save their view and also the development, the happiness in their community and how they do things that to their neighbors and then so that can be able to play together. And the partnership between the community and the government. So, and also the management and authority of the unity of the bring back people research. And that also takes me to what I would have reported to. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay. That also takes me to what I would have reported this to you in the morning. But I know it's not the committee reporting. They said this thing was when our brother could in the studio. And I talk about people who are driving against the traffic, especially at rush hours in the morning, even in the evening. Now, let me give you an example of what is happening in this area. Number one is no maternity hospital, that's an appropriate hospital. They take someone needs to go back and get a bypass in street. From that very place, you connect to Masu and they just take you to Appropriate Street. And close to it, opposite that hospital, you see the stadium.
Yeah.
The people who come from there, from Masu instead of going to go and turn from the other side, pass through that particular street, and then go and turn, and then connect to the terminal store they're going to. They want to fully go in, they want to take a shortcut they're going in. Something happened yesterday in the morning. I just parked in front of that hospital yesterday in the morning at 7:30. 7:30 because I was looking at my friend. I parked in there. The doctor was coming behind me. Just for this young man, carrying a motorcycle. This motorcycle. Instead of him to go and turn and follow the way he's supposed to follow, he wanted to come and follow that same way. Look at me, parked by the corner there. It's just in front of that hospital across the road. So this other people that are just coming behind me. This guy, this registration, what was he said? He said he was going to make call. And he didn't know what he said to control the bicycle. And he was expecting the bicycle man to give him chance. Yes, I have already passed by the corner of the road. The bicycle was able to negotiate and connect to the terminal to the area. This guy the motorcycle guy became so angry and so serious that he didn't want to be able to fight the bicycle man. I now came back from my car and said, you are first of all, you are driving this motorcycle. The government are buying this motorcycle in 2016. Then you take me. Now, look at, we are also driving against the traffic, and we are riding against the traffic, and also making calls. This person to get 3 or 4 things at the same time. And we are also not to start the person of the same time. You are not telling them you are starting shouting at me, and the way to like start making everything. I don't think I cannot be a late maker. We're going to, and I cannot be extending it to see a late maker. I just left him there and just get my baby. So I didn't get to go in the middle of the community. Because I can put it to you now, if you go to that particular area, something is happening. As I speak it to you now, I'm not there now, but I'm speaking it to you now. If you go there now, something is happening. So the state government should actually listen to this particular issue. And stop people from driving against the traffic one. Stop people from deciding that. It's becoming a very serious issue. You don't want to stop them. Let it bring them back to the tune that they can limit the registered admission, because I have learned that for people to 9 to 10 years now, they've not been registering this motorcycle. Register them and then collect the money from these people. You don't want to stop them from approaching. They register them, bring them back again and register them so that you can be able to resist taxes from them. We are talking about cash resources in the state. And look at it, I they need to resist taxes. We are not even able to go and just do everything they want to do. They don't register this motorcycles. They need to be able to commit crimes. They jump against the traffic. They continue that resistance. And then nobody comes to them. I think that this particular system is not the way to limit environment. It's a resistance. People should be mindful. But then they punish for committing the right crime in society. I think that is exactly what I want to not this one. It's just becoming a mistake. And I think that the governor, I don't think he's aware. He's aware. This is the opportunity to understand that this is going to be regulated, whether it's punished or you bring them back again and collect the money from them. That's my tip. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank Thank you so much, Mr. Benedict. Thank you so much. This your report is coming in timely. In fact, I was coming through that very road this morning and I saw a car that went against the traffic, and right now the car is parked there. Just hit the one of the street lights, this provision for street light there. Yeah, good morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome to the studio this morning. Your report, please.
Hello?
Yeah, you can go ahead. I can hear you, yeah.
My take this morning. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Clearly, sir.
Thank you very much. My take is on the issue of Naira and the design policy. This issue of Naira scarcity is becoming a thing of concern. Because a lot of POS operators are having money. And our ATM bank ATM are not having money. And at least what as the Senate have directed the CBN to ensure they do the needful. You understand? So that at least Naira can imagine number already. In the limited period, people get cash to their mandate. Hello?
I can hear you clearly, sir.
Very much. So, on the other hand, we are talking about this Naira redesign. You know the issue of insecurity will not be out of it. Because even those who are kidnapped or whose family members are kidnapped, those kidnappers and those bad evidence, they only request for cash. You understand? So how do we now balance both sides? Because now we don't know, maybe it's good that they are collecting, that is causing the scarcity of the stay over. I think the and on the other hand, because if actually the citizen are directing the commercial bank to do, that bank always said at the counter that should be directed given from the citizen. So who should we trust now? Who should we believe? You understand? So this is one of the things I was going to complain about. You said the rate note and the rate note was not on currency. So why are we finding the cash unaffordable? You see that people are taking money in their own, or the banks are giving the money to the population. And or is it a way of banks making money so that money can pay at the POS? Because the more the POS are even getting money and giving to people, at least they are still giving money to the bank. You understand? So on the other hand, the prices of the POS now is gradually increasing. And that is the major challenge Nigerians don't want to see. We don't want to go back to the era where you see people maybe losing their life, people committing suicide, and people going naked in the bank, or even people going to financial institutions and burning down some financial institutions. These are some of the things that the government must take urgent action. Honestly speaking, at least the unit and the unit must fall. So why are we now finding the cash to sell? Why are we getting cash difficult? Why is it difficult to get this cash? I think the issue must be done before things turn out of hand. Then I want to appreciate the governor of Plateau State. You see, when you go around and see the land of that we have had this type of celebration. Even before the day of celebration, we've been ushered into a wonderful Christmas celebration. To go around to Polingada and other places, you appreciate the governor for the work he's doing. Honestly speaking, we are happy, and when we see the Polingada area, when I saw it, it seems as if I was in Dubai. You understand?
Yeah.
So we want to see a lot of things change on the platform. On the other hand, if the roundabout can be made beautiful and look very unique like that, we want to see that the metro body is going to fly from other areas to where people can also enjoy the governor of Plateau State by kind of management movement. You understand? Most of our roads, they complain that the metro body cannot go through some roads because the roads are bad. And they effort to also go through the way they are fixing our roundabout. And it's not the hard working governor. You know, he's a listening governor. And we always do the listening at all times. And there is a bridge around AS Mohammed, maybe to Faringada Road. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes, that is the last thing I will talk about. So that protective iron close to that bridge needs to be fixed. Hello?
Yeah?
You understand that protective iron around the AS Mohammed bridge? There are no protective iron around here, and little children are flying that road. Honestly speaking, to avoid any form of accident, we'll be calling on this. We'll not keep silent about it. The listening is done. You understand? So please let them help us the way we are doing our roundabout, and we are doing Plateau State valuable. Can we see part of our route like Faringada area, Jamatigo areas and others? It's fixed so that at least we can enjoy the government because people enjoy 200 naira to going from Faringada junction going to the south area and others. Enjoying 200 naira to in line with the subsidy removal to people effect of subsidy removal. And we also benefit only from the study into HAJARKU and other areas. And see there are other shelters around the Faringada and every day to the military junction. Because those places have no shelter at all. We will continue to call on this so that the government will help to defend. Let me conclude on this aspect. The government should help us to do and deal with this issue of naira scarcity because it's getting out of hand. We cannot be battling with the issue of subsidy removal where people cannot even drive or do other things. And we see the people finding it difficult to get cash. I think the right thing must be done. And I pray Nigeria will be great again. Thank you, Akwai.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adewumi, for this wonderful contribution and observation of yours. Actually, the road leading to Faringada market is long overdue. It is one of the most economically viable roads that we have, considering the fact that that market is situated around that axis, and it is one of the markets that today Plateau State and Jos can actually boast to say it's actually. Yeah, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you.
Morning.
Your name and where you're calling from? Okay, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, my previous, Polo runabout.
Yeah, Polo runabout.
Polo.
Yes.
Street light.
Yeah.
You understand? I didn't know what happened with government. Since we have government, they don't even cause the best problem to see that street light. You know, that place is very dangerous around our house. And this government should do something about it. I know the government, this present government will try and do something about this runabout. Yeah, that's my thing.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that observation too. Around Polo, the street light says it was fixed during the long. Stopped working for quite a period of time now, and then it needs to be given due attention. Sincerely, that road needs, the street lights need to be fixed. Yeah, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you. Your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you. My name is Dama. I'm calling from MISALI.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Okay, I lost that call. If you can still hear me, you can call back and give me a submission or your report this morning. I was talking about the street light at Polo, leading all through to Hill Station to Plateau roundabout. Those street lights have not been working for a while. If the governor or the appropriate authority can hear us this morning, we are calling on you to actually pay attention to that. This very demand. It is important. The reason why millions and billions was spent into the street light is so the aim can be achieved. And in recent time, I don't know if it has developed a fault or the people responsible for actually maintaining it are not doing their job. But then we are calling on the government to actually pay attention to this very demand of ours this morning. Then I was talking about the Faringada road. It is in a very, very deplorable state. The road is so bad right now that if you pass there, you wonder if that place is an economical busy area. The market there at Faringada is not a market that we should undermine, considering the vast economic effect it has on the state. Sincerely, that road should be given due attention because if you observe, a lot of activities are slow around there. And then if you're going to the University of Jos and then you're going to pass there, you find your heart, your mind beating because you're afraid if you're going to meet a hold up there. And once you are unfortunately good morning, sir. Musa Ike Kalu, you're welcome to the studio.
My advice to the government is on this issue of food or basic community.
Yes, sir.
Anytime they are opportune to be able to fix one or any other route, you should be mindful of the quality of the construction. Most of all these roads, you see them fixing. If you go there, you see that the undeniable. You fix a road and that road doesn't last up to 1 year, and it gets back to where you left it before. How will you continue spending this kind of money and the people doesn't produce? It doesn't take long. You can see most of all these concerns they are fixing. If you go there, you find out that most of all these concerns are being put in 1 inch. 1 inch. If you put 1 inch in a road, how do you think that road can take long? If there's any small mistake that touches that road, it becomes a bottle. So government should be aware. If he's giving contract, they should be monitoring these people that are taking this contract. Because we find out that the government doing this thing within a couple of times, it is getting back to the drawing board. That must be put out onto. And secondly, we are calling on the government. Let them do the needful. We are the residents of Angola. We need water. They should do all humanly possible. We have been shouting this thing throughout the rainy season. The people are keeping quiet. We are gradually getting into it. Now we are into it seriously. Our kids doesn't sleep again. We will not sleep. You will train us throughout the whole night, searching for water just to drink. And we are talking about cholera. We are talking about all kinds of diseases. If government doesn't do the needful, there are something beyond me and you. And based on the issue of this power, there's no power, even the borehole. The borehole owners doesn't find it difficult to go and buy fuel and use the generator to pump this water. Government should try affordable means to give us potable water to drink. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Musa Ike Kalu. You are very vocal this morning. Of a truth, we cannot keep complaining and saying there is a cholera outbreak here and there. Meanwhile, the right things that should be done in order to avoid these outbreaks are not being done. One of the right things to do is to provide good water. Good morning. Thank you, sir. God bless you too. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
My point this morning is about our road, the Duniyar.
Yeah.
We make government do something about that road. We are suffering.
Okay.
You see how children are suffering here because of us. Please, we are calling on the platform. Let me say, local government chairman, please, let them do something about our road. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. This is a call for the right appropriate authority to actually look into the Utanjari road. Actually, it's in a deplorable state. It needs urgent attention. And the government, I know the government of the day, we can tell that we can trust you to do all these things. We're not just saying this for saying sake. We want you to take swift action into meeting these needs, even as we ask you this morning. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. All right, we can hear you this morning. Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
That's what the time zone by Adelaide police station. I want to plead that the government to do something about it. The road is terribly bad. It's almost terrible now. That very road leads to a lot of places from there to the your time. So if they can fix it, I'll be very happy. Thank you.
You mean the one from Masalachi Junction?
Hello?
The road from Masalachi Junction going to Rukuba Road?
Yes. That's Masalachi Junction down to your town.
Okay.
Opposite the turn by turn second plaza.
New turn by turn plaza.
After the station.
Actually, that road needs to be fixed. That road needs to be given due attention.
The road is very bad shape and they don't get attention. Thank you.
Well, thank you. God bless you. The road leading to U-turn from Rukuba Road axis, just by the Masalachi Junction after Adireje filling station. By your right, there's a road that leads to U-turn. That road has been in a deplorable state for a very long time, and we are calling on the appropriate authority to pay attention and do the needful about that road.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Hello.
I can hear you. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning. My name is Ake, calling from Kuwait.
Okay. You have the floor. 1 minute, please.
This morning, there's a street light on about the cross construction. One of the street lights has been. I don't know what that is. Eventually, that thing is full one day. I don't know that is saying. We don't want a situation that now is trying to fall. Let them do something before it now fall, because you have bent already. Before you go and turn to the cross construction.
Okay.
That has been one of the street lights.
Okay.
So yeah, he normally passes me time to time.
Okay.
The other one, they didn't do something about it before. Something will happen, please.
All right. Thank you so much for that beautiful observation. These are beautiful observations coming in this morning, shows that Nigeria actually care about the environment, and we are very observant. We see these things, and only using this medium and channel can we actually give appropriate authority information as to these things. They might not just see it, they might not see it or not know about it, but via this channel we are going to put it across to them, and we believe that knowing the current administration being willed politically, are going to do something about it. Well, somebody make a demand about city reports. We are making plans to bring back to you city reports from January. By the grace of God, I am going to be the one bringing city reports to you when it's from January all through the year. Because I observe it is very, very important. These things that we do helps the government too. It is our responsibility to do this, and it is the responsibility of the government to actually meet these needs. We'll be going on this break, and we'll be back in a jiffy. Please stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
This is Unity FM.
Due to the frequency of unity, the voice of reason. So clear and crystal, put your mind on the stereo. United we stand, divided we fulfill the pleasure of the group. Unity FM 93.3, the voice of reason.
Okay, let's go. Okay, bow in the way. Come on, come a day. Before the sun rises, make a hey. You want me to close me? Lay. I be all over your finger like Lily. We be flying in the air like Iris. Taking all over the stereo, what's next? All the stations I beg, do vex. Now we defeat your playlist. All the tunes we play in the pitch piece. So break chain, it's time to be free. I'm busy with the voice, 93.3.
Unity FM 93.3 here. Unity FM, the voice of reason. Unity FM, the voice of freedom. Unity FM, the voice of reason. The voice of reason. The voice of reason. Unity, yeah, voice of reason. Unity, oh, voice of reason.
Unity FM 93.3, the voice of reason.
From the home of peace and tourism, this is Unity 93.3 FM.
Advertise your goods, services, and products here on the all-new Unity 93.3 FM. We are the station you have been waiting for. Take advantage of our wide coverage, quality programming, unique listenership, and unbeatable rates to promote and market your products and services. For us at Unity FM, your satisfaction is our driving force. For placement and inquiries, visit our marketing office at number 62, ZINARIYA Hill Layout, Jos Plateau State, Nigeria, or call us on 080-253-22266, 080-5223-1992. So come talk to us today, and we will put your word out there.
Sweetness conquers every hate. The taste of it just makes you know peace. Love, sending chills to our hearts. Love, building our consciences. Love is our only consciousness. We live it, breathe, and even sweat love. Cause love is our greatest weapon. Love is what we live. Love is what we practice. Love is what we wanna share. Cause love is all. Love is just love. Love is unity. Unity 93.3 FM. Voice of reason. Voice of reason.
93.3 FM.
Unity FM. Voice of reason.
Unity 93.3 FM.
There is a place where everyone is different yet happy. Where love and friendship fills the air. Where togetherness is a tradition. And diversity is a strength. Just City, home of unity. 93.3 FM. FM and TV. Today is Friday, the 13th day of December 2024. And of course, it is still that your most anticipated political and social economic program on the radio, the Unity Train. This morning, we are going to be taking you on a ride into the political climes of our dear nation, Nigeria. We are going to be having certain conversation around some interesting headlines this morning. I will be taking some headlines before we delve deeply into the conversation. It promises to be very informative, educative, and very, very interactive. Like we started on the very right foot this morning, I would want to say thank you to all the followers that have given input and submissions, especially at the last segment of the city reports. Your reports came in handy, and I believe the right and appropriate authority have listened to your report, and they are going to be doing something about it. We ourselves have taken cognizance and then notes of the reports that you have sent in, and we are further going to push for these demands that you have made this morning. I will go straight into the newspaper headline this morning to give you headlines as they appear on different newspaper. And this morning I will be starting with the Tribune. It says LP woes worsen as another rep joins APC. Tinubu leadership crisis cited. Party heads to court, seeks to declare lawmakers seats vacant. From 8 senators, party now has 6 reps. LP caucus demands constitution amendments to halt defection. Wants constituents to recall the defectors. Tinubu to present 2025 budget to join session of National Assembly December 17th. Ekiti Airport gets NCAA's approval to commence non-scheduled flight operations December. Odukbani Itu Highway. Senate issues arrest warrant against Julius Berger, managing director. I think it is super important. I'm interested in this very last headline that I just read. So one of the callers that called this morning was talking about executive oversights. When you give a contract to certain companies, it is the responsibility of the executive, the legislatures, to actually go after that contract and then carry out an oversight to ensure that the contract is executed, and not just executed, but executed the way it should be executed with the right quality, so we can avoid having a contract awarded this year and then coming back to award the same contract next year because it is executed but partially executed because the quality is not to the standard that that is expected to be. Well, in continuation, it says local government autonomy. Those who tamper with local government funds guilty of gross misconduct, AGF warns. Court orders remand of 12 mechanics who allegedly threatened Governor Makinde. many states will implement new minimum wage by January, federal government. And that is from the Tribune. The Metrics has this to say. It says FCT demolitions, Wiki Senate on coalition costs. Halts demolition in FCT, Senate orders Wiki to invite minister. Let heaven fall. Wiki DS Senate vows to continue demolition. This is a fight between a minister, an executive, and the legislature. There has been an order that the demolition in Abuja, the FCT, is becoming too much, and then the senator saying that Wike should halt the demolition and then put an end to the demolition. But then Wike is saying to them that he is not going to stop the demolition, that heaven should come down. He is not going to stop, he's going to continue the demolition. I don't know if this order is coming because choice areas have been affected. But we are going to get to know as we look into the story after now. Courts to rule on Emefiele's jurisdiction challenge in 4.5 billion corruption case. This case is taking too long. It should have been, the verdict should have been passed even before now. I don't know why the delay. But I think we are at that point where the court are actually looking into the issue, and then a verdict is going to be, we're going to hear about a verdict very, very soon. Hope rises for creation of state police. Why we declared overwhelming support for state police, Governor Sani. Recently, Governor Sani moved for, initiated the whole idea, or reinitiated the idea of the state police, and it seems like about all the governors are backing this at this point in time. In continuation, it says it will address gaps in state grappling with unique security issues. National Executive Council postpones deliberation on matter to January 2025. Tinubu to present 2025 budget to National Assembly on Tuesday. INEC proposes computer-generated voting slip to supplement PVCs. Governor Yusuf reshuffles cabinet, abolishes CO's role, drop 5 commissioners. That is from the Metrics this morning. Well, the Independent has this to say. Senate asks Wike to stop further demolition in FCT, moves to probe allegations of land grabbing, other petitions, land grabbing and other petitions. Wike blows hot, says he won't be swayed by blackmail. INEC plans a broader voter identity options to enhance electoral efficiency. NAFDAC alerts on harmful Dickens amoxicillin capsules in circulation. Kano governor sacks chief of staff, drops SSG, reshuffles cabinet. FG issues 6 sukuk bonds worth of 6 sukuk bonds worth 1.1 trillion to finance 124 roads. That is from the State Executive Council. Wike FG stalls financial resolution on its creation. FG states to create history sites to boost culture and tourism. The First News has this to say: let heaven fall, we won't stop. Wike defends Abuja demolition. Senate to probe FCT action. Summons minister over widespread outcry. Double the cost, double the question. Obaseki faces 8 billion inflation allegation. While those are the headlines we have this morning from different newspapers. For me, one of the most interesting is the call for state policing. It has lingered long. A lot of demands in the past, a lot of analysis as to the pros and cons of this state policing. Today, we are still going to be looking into that very topic. And I am fortunate to have with me in the studio Barrister Paul Zaruma to lend his voice to this very discourse this morning. Barrister Paul, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
You are looking like like a very, very young man.
I am indeed a young man.
I like your dressing this
morning, viewers and listeners, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you are receiving these signals. Thank you for having me once again this beautiful and peaceful morning. Michael Pedro, I'm very young by all standards.
Yeah, you are. But, I've never seen you dressed like this, and that is what I'm saying.
I usually I usually dress formal. So today I said, let me look casual.
Actually,
you know, the weekend is around the corner, so it's better for someone to look casual.
Actually. Well, sir, about the state police, some of the newspapers actually have a blowing hot on the state police this morning, and it seems like most state governors are actually backing this call for state police by Governor Sani of Kaduna State. Do you have something to say about the state police? Because for me, I think it has lingered too long.
I am a believer of true federalism. And then state policing will create effectiveness. But most of the fears and concerns raised by Nigerians are genuine. You know, particularly when you talk about the major fear that Nigerians are raising concerning this issue of state policing is the fear of being manipulated by state governors.
Using the police as
you know, they can manipulate. That's the major fear that Nigerians are having. The second fear that Nigerians are having concerning the state policing is that how many states will be able to fund the state policing. You know, and then the next fear that many Nigerians have been nursing is that there may be some duplication in terms of responsibility of the federal and state police. Yes. But be that as it may, if we the America where we model our federal system from, they also have state police, and they have been very, very effective. You know, normally, universally, intra-security collaboration is what is best. But in Nigeria, what we'll have is not extra security collaboration. What we have in Nigeria is interagency competition. Yes, we have interagency competition.
True.
And then this will also bring a problem. You know, there is superiority context between the police and the soldiers. The soldiers want to show the police they are more superior than them. The police want to show soldiers they are more superior than them. That is why you keep on hearing friction here and there. Soldiers are fighting police in Lagos. Soldiers are fighting police in Calabar. Soldiers are fighting police in Abuja. It has been a recurring decimal right from military regime. And even the democratic regime have also inherited that unfortunate rascality. Now, there should be interagency collaboration.
Instead of
let me give you an example. In America, where there is a crime scene, and the crime have multiple components, you will see the CIA will be there, the police will be the usual police will be there, the FBI will be there, and then there will be collaboration. What is at the center of all this? America first. National interest first.
True.
Not personal interest, not ego. But unfortunately, reverse the case in Nigeria. Even among the armed forces, at times you will see, particularly the rank and files. This one I want to show that my own segment of the armed forces is more superior
than yours.
You know, I think the mentality that there should be something drastically needed to be addressed in that area, so that Nigeria will be the focal point.
True.
You know, it's not superiority contest.
True.
Yes, at least let's make Nigeria supreme. Let's make the interests of Nigeria supreme. Once these guys are oriented, once they are educated, well, because it's lack of education, is, you know, that is causing some of these things. Once they begin to look at themselves as sister agency. In fact, this issue has declined in the process of time because of most of these joint task forces that we're having. It has drastically declined, unlike it used to be.
True.
You know, those days before we begin to have security challenges in this country and having joint task forces, on a daily basis, you will see on our headline, police are fighting soldiers, soldiers are fighting police, police are having issues with civil defense, and what of you? this shouldn't be done. This should be in the head of. This shouldn't be, So, but with this, with the increasing security challenge in the country, and then joint task force has been formed in different parts of the country, soldiers and police and other sister agencies are working together, and they are beginning to appreciate their uniqueness and their uniqueness, their perspective, and their different orientation. So this created a phenomenal platform. It wasn't a deliberate platform. It created a phenomenal platform where these agencies are now beginning to understand, the police has its own function.
Yeah,
the soldiers have their own function.
Clear cut.
Yes. So what we are saying is that, the point that I'm trying to drive at is that there should be deliberate policy to create awareness, particularly for those who are not privileged to work in such collaborative, phenomenal platforms.
True.
Once this is being sorted out, then you will not be hearing of, even recently in Calabar, soldiers and police and navy police and navy were fighting, and it got to the extent they were shooting. Serious disciplinary action should be taken.
Of course.
Just a couple of months ago in Adamawa, in fact, a general was involved. Very unfortunate. A general was involved in the saga. That some police harassed him or whatever. Instead of him to just put a call to the commissioner of police and then address the issue, he carried his team of security and they went to police headquarters in Yola. And then, definitely, you cannot come to somebody's house and suppress
Not
him.
at all, not at all.
And then the situation escalated to the extent that I think 2 soldiers were lost, 2 policemen, officers were lost. So if an officer is involved, that will tell you the level of decadence.
With his level of exposure and training.
Yes. So you can see these are issues that disciplinary action should be taken, irrespective of the rank of the person involved. It will send a signal wave to others.
Actually.
And then there should be deliberate policies, not phenomenal situations like we just mentioned earlier. So these are some of the fears of the state policing. And you can see how the state governors are abusing, for instance, Plasek, to the extent that now, in fact, one of the headlines captured that the federal government are looking at a way to see how they will intervene in local government elections. Because the state governors, when I mean the state governors across board, look at the results. The other time we discussed about it, if it is an APC state, APC will take over.
Yeah.
If it is a PDP state, PDP will take over.
Including states that just introduced new political parties that people don't know about.
Like in Rivers when the man discovered that they were having issues with PDP because of some of the things that Wike brought in, they switched to another political party. I think it was only one local government that APC got, but all other local government, it was it the DPP or whatever, one of those political parties. So you can see how the governors are manipulating the various state sects, and that is why people are afraid that they may also manipulate the state police. So these are some of the fears: manipulation by the governors, poor funding, duplication of function, or if you like, responsibility. These are some of the areas that people are really concerned about the issue of state policing. But if you also look at the advantage of having state police, it outweighs some of those fears. Number one, it will enhance manpower for the federal police, because the federal police does not have sufficient manpower.
Not at all.
Pedro.
I think
we have found ourselves in a situation whereby at times, if they are going to conduct off-season election, you will be mobilizing police from another state, from different states to go, and it clearly defined that there is no enough manpower. I am aware of a judgment within Plateau State that at a point in time, one of the commissioners of police said he doesn't even have enough manpower to execute that judgment, that he may need collaboration from either Benue State and Bauchi State to reinforce his manpower.
Unfortunately.
That's very unfortunate. And then unfortunately, they keep on denying this obvious reality. They keep on denying this glaring reality. Just for diplomatic reason, or if you like, propaganda. That I will not prefer. It is for propaganda reasons they deny this reality. But in real sense, we don't have manpower in terms of policing. We don't have manpower in the military. We don't have manpower. There are, even in the DSS, there is no enough manpower.
True.
Even in the NDLEA, there is no enough manpower. The guest that came in yesterday, from fire service, DS Dabang, off camera, he was telling me that in places like United States, the firefighters, they used to go to work once in a week. Once in a week. So just imagine you go to work once in a week. You will be effective. Don't forget that they are well paid. They have life insurance. An effective insurance, not the kind of insurance we have in Nigeria. We were discussing, was it on Monday, about the kind of insurance policy we have in Nigeria, where police, road safety, PIO will be harassing you. Where is your insurance paper? But the insurance company, have they been accountable? How many cars have they restored to Nigerians after accident or fire outbreak, or the car has been stolen? How many of them has those insurance companies restored to Nigerians? So you can see the deplorable state and dishonesty that we are facing in this country. So back to the issue of this state policing. Honestly, if we must have a true federal structure, then we should have a state police. Just like we have the federal revenue board, we also have the state revenue. Just like we have the federal road safety, we also have the VIO. Just like we have so many structures and we have the federal judiciary, we have the state judiciary. Why can't we have a state police that will be viable, will be effective, will play a complementary role? And then once we have state police, some of these factors we highlighted, they should all put into contemplation, because you cannot just have a state police where they will come and be competing with federal police. We don't want that kind of unhealthy competition. If there is going to be competition, let the competition will be in the area of proficiency, let the competition should be in the area of professionalism, let the competition should be in the area of national interest, let the competition should be in area of result orientation, not the supremacy contest. That's not the kind of competition we want.
Actually, you have said a lot about the state police this morning, because sincerely, the state police would have done a lot, considering the fact that in totality right now, the Nigerian police put together, all of them are not more than 900 and something thousand. They're not up to 1 million from the last time I checked. I don't know if the figure has changed. If we have 900 and something thousand policing 200 and something million people, it therefore means there will be a gross inefficiency in terms of carrying out their duties. And then most of these police, even out of these very few numbers that I've mentioned, a lot of them are in the houses of politicians. Some are with the so-called expatriates, the Chinese, holding umbrellas for them up and down, or driving them in cars and all. And it's the need for strength to strengthen the police by increasing the manpower is super important at this point in time. And one of the things that then this is one of the reasons why I think the state police is going to play a key role. And then again, talking about getting to the knowledge of environments, the state police, if we're going to put the state police in place, then definitely the people, indigenous citizens of the states, are going to be employed, and they know the terrain and then the people around them. So if there's a new face, it is easily detected, and then if any crime is happening, they know how to go about the environment. Unlike we have in certain cases where a new police is transferred to an area, and then something happened and he doesn't even know where to go from where he is. That is going to help sincerely.
And you see this, just like we earlier pointed out, frankly, this...
Okay, we'll be going on this very short break, and when we come back, we'll be having more discussion as to this very issue and other issues that we have before we open the phone lines. When we come back, we'll be opening the phone lines for you to call, but the number to call is 07032353315, and to send in your SMS, you can send it to 08163141141. Stay tuned, don't touch the dial. We'll be right back in a jiffy.
Reason it.
Since we know that parts, we're gonna get it right, aren't we?
Yeah. Voice it. Champion it.
My name is
It's Unity 93.3 FM.
Yep, okay, here we go.
Face it, the only thing constant in radio is change.
A lot's changed since 1967.
You've evolved with your listeners.
You used to play this.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now.
Now you're playing this. Unity 93.3 FM.
Reason it.
Okay.
Voice.
Listen, 93.3 is the voice of unity, bringing peace to your own community. Okay. Listen, united we stand, divided we fall. Let's welcome unity with a round of applause.
Champion.
Listen, united we stand, divided we fall. Let's welcome unity with a round of applause.
It's Unity 93.3 FM.
United we stand, divided we fall. Let's welcome unity with a round of applause. Okay, let's welcome with a round of applause. Let's welcome unity with a round of applause. Let's welcome with a round of applause. Let's welcome unity with a round of applause. Round of applause. Let's welcome unity with a round of applause.
It's Unity 93.3 FM.
With a round of applause. Peace.
Injustice.
Echoes are made of many voices.
Kuna tare ne da sautin gidan rediyo na
Unity FM. Unity FM reo.
Ina sitan ala kundum ha Unity FM.
Including yours and mine. If one by one all goes silent, then all that will be left are the amateurs. Never let a love view determine the nature of the sound.
I can see the end of the road.
Oya, elugogon fún wa o.
Awara fomo.
Ti were na yin gba o.
Kada da ku sauya tasha.
E mo yi kúrò sí dali Unity FM o. Unity FM e ba no.
Da hurala kundum ha hanan anwe.
We are only as weak as we are divided, as strong as we are united. Unity FM, just 93.3, the voice of reason.
Easy listening favorites, nighttime.
This goes out to all my lovers tonight. And if you're listening to my groove, and your baby's next to you, girl, change into that Victoria's Secret thing that I like. Alright, okay, tonight you had me your way.
That feels good right there.
Unity FM.
All night, every night.
From Jos, the capital of Plateau State, Nigeria, this is Unity 93.3 FM.
Sound for sound, beat for beat. No bigger hits around.
Unity 93.3 FM.
We surpass the standards. We are the voice of the community. We are Unity 93.3 FM. This is Unity FM.
Due to the frequency of unity, the voice of reason.
Hear my voice, then it means you're still rightly tuned into the frequency meter of Unity 93.3 FM and TV. And of course, it is still that your most anticipated political and socio-economic program on the radio, the Unity Train. This is the third segment of this very program, which happens to be the last segment. We are going to be having some conversation before we open the phone lines. When we open the phone lines, the number that you can call is 07032353315. And to send in your SMS, you can start sending it to 08163141141. Well, Barrister, we were having a conversation before we went on that very break.
Yes, we are talking about abuse by governors. It's actually a very, very genuine concern by Nigerians.
Actually,
we gave example of what is happening with the state sex and other organizations, and then again, it has gone by virtually across the board. Most of the governors, even those appointment that Hitato enjoys a statutory flavor. Now the governors are with impunity sacking people occupying those offices. For instance, there are offices that once a person is appointed, he must complete his tenure. It's not like all these regular members of the executive council. So those offices were considered as having statutory flavor because they enjoy some sort of cover. But you can see now the governors with impunity across the country abusing such appointment now. So that's why you can see a lot of litigations here and there. So the fear of these governors being hijacking and manipulating the state police is actually genuine, because the governors has proven over time that they have the tendency to doing so. So look back on security. Let's look at what is happening in Delta State. Particularly concerning the Okwama community. The Okwama community in Ugeli South local government or area of Delta State is gripped with fear and anger following the death of its 81-year-old treasurer, Dennis Okubaye, in a military detention. Okubaye's demise came barely 6 days after the community's President General, Pa James Ogboroko, reportedly died in similar circumstances in military detention. Pastor Akpos Okubaye, the son of the late community treasurer, tearfully announced the father's passing on Tuesday. Both leaders, alongside others, including Professor Arthur Okwegoko, Chief Belvis Adobo, Mrs. Mabel Owenu, and Mr. Dennis Malaka, were arrested by military between August 18 and 20th, 2024. The arrest was heralded by a March 14 killing of 17 soldiers on a peace mission aimed at resolving a dispute between Okwama and the neighboring Okloba community. The soldiers responded with violent raid that reduces the town to rubble. That was what actually happened some months ago, and then these people were arrested. And we agree, some of us, we agree that any Nigerian citizen or any community that either conspire or they allow selected few or militant or whatever you call them to attack the military, we believe that the law should take its course. But keeping people like that, leaders like that, to die in military detention, like the President General of that community, eventually died in military detention, I think is inhuman, is wickedness,
anti-democracy,
and then is anti-democratic principle, and also it offends the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, has amended. This is quite unfortunate that this thing is playing out in this world that we are. I think we should have outgrown some of these excesses. If investigation is not concluded, I think they can be granted administrative bail while investigation continue. That is what the Constitution says. And if the investigation is such, if they have found them wanting or they implicate them, we have the courts of law. The military cannot keep on keeping them. A professor is involved. We are not saying that professors are sent, but that goes a long way to tell you that actually leaders are involved. And then once we are not also saying that the community actually did well, but by now at least our intelligence community must have unraveled who are the actual criminals that did this thing. So, and then if you have not found the actual criminal, well, why keeping the innocent people? And if you have gotten enough evidence that these people are involved, why not prosecute them? So you can see the unfortunate thing that is happening in that area. we are calling on the authorities to do the needful. We cannot be saying that we are practicing democracy. We cannot be saying. You see, you remember we discussed the issue of Afe Babalola and Farotimi. You can see that. You know, in his book titled "Criminal Justice," criminal justice. System. You know, these are some of the things that is bringing up these people, and once they voice out, then you know, the authorities will begin to fight them. You remember? I remember Professor Farouk Perogi. I've been following his articles and his write-ups, you know, because he is a very he's an interesting writer. At times, when you start reading his article, you wouldn't know when you have even finished reading it. So he's this kind of a very nice and stylish writer. You know, when he wrote about, he called the Supreme Court judicial bandit. The Supreme Court, through their spokesman, came up to say he should either withdraw this statement or whatever. He did a rejoinder article and said, I'm not withdrawing, I am calling you judicial bandits. And then he gave out other points and said, this is the reason, this is the reason, this is the reason. And then that was where that issue ended up. There was no anything, because what he said, what he pointed in his rejoinder were factual. True. So we cannot keep on allowing some of these things to continue to happen in a country. We should be seen to be upholding the rule of law. We should be seen that the temple is truly a temple of justice. So, you know, when you see citizens reacting that way, it's because, and then the beauty of democracy is the right of people to express themselves. Whether that expression is rightly or wrongly. But like we rightly says, that it also have limits. And what is that limit? The limit is that you don't have the right to defame. You don't have right to libel. You don't have right to slander. The law is very clear about it. So you cannot go and defame somebody and say because you have right of expression. True. Yes. So these are some of the unfortunate things happening. So we are calling on the authorities to take drastic action. Now let's peep into politics. A lot of things are happening in the political arena. Let's start from Edo State, where Adams Oshomole reacted to criticism about the appointment of his son as Commissioner of Health by the Governor of Edo State, Monday Okpebolo. Critics described the appointment as state capture, labeling it as reward for his father's support in Edo State gubernatorial election. In reaction, Adams Oshomole said he stopped his son from contesting House of Reps in the past and supported a different person, so he cannot be accused of state capture and then also manipulating the appointment of his son. You know, I am not part of the school of thought that said that because your father is in politics and you feel you have a calling in politics, you cannot go into that politics. Actually, you know, many people have this sentiment that is because somebody's father is a politician and then one of his son have a calling and felt that yes, you want to tilt towards that direction. It is very natural, Mike Pedro, that if you are doing something and you are succeeding in it, one of your children will like to tow your part. Actually. If you are a practicing lawyer and you are succeeding in that law practice, one of your children, or even, I know of some families in Jos, the entire family have even towed that part. We can tell of notably the family of Falana. The Falana family. Yeah, the Falana family is there too. I know of an accountant family that the entire family towed that part. And most of the lecturers in university, you could see that most of their children, they are towing that part. So, and then most of the military officers also in the army, you could see that their children are towing that part. So we are not saying that because your father is a politician, then you cannot also go into politics. Even if your father is a bad politician or a bad military officer or a bad lawyer, the child may even become a better version of the father, and that is the advantage of mentoring. So there is no how that you succeed in doing something, either journalism, that any of your children will say, oh, I want to tow the part of my dad, except if you are not successful. We are not suggesting also that you should force your children or manipulate them into going into your field simply because of one reason or the other, or the manipulation of appointment that it is being witnessed recently. That when there is a appointment, you will see the son son of Justice so, the daughter of Justice so, the daughter-in-law of Justice so will be the people occupying the seat. That is not the kind of thing we are talking about. We are talking about people emerging through a transparent and meritorious process. That is what we are talking about. So as long as I am concerned, if the governor Monday Okwebelo decided to appoint the son of Oshomole, I don't have any problem with that. You can see that the son of Nasuru El-Rufai is doing fantastically well in House of Representatives. If you ask me to juxtapose between Nasuru El-Rufai and his son, I will tell you that the son is a better version of the father, and that is how it should be. Mike Pedro, you want your children to be a better version of you.
Very well.
You may even like to take them to better school that you attended. And then that is the desire and the dream of every father. So you can see these are some of the things that we are talking about. So you cannot limit a child simply because his dad is into something. Then you say he cannot delve into it. So as long as I'm concerned, I also agree with Adams Oshomole. Then also let's also look at the National House of Representatives. A lot of girls of defection. Many Labour Party House of Representatives members are defecting across the country to the APC. In Plateau State we have two of them. Member representing Riombarki Ladi and a member representing just South, just East in the Federal House of Representatives have already fulfilled all the preconditions to decamp. In fact, the member of Barkiladi have since decamped to the APC, and then the member of just East, just South is already also has perfected all plans to defect. So, and then other states have also witnessed similar development. The number of Labour Party members that are decamping to the APC is increasing by the day. And Mike Pedro, I tell you, this is as a result in preparation of the 2027. Immediately after 2025, most of the things that we follow is politics. I'm telling you, already the politics have already commenced, but I'm telling you, it will be on top gear by mid-2025. So most of this defection is in anticipation of 2027 election. And you can see this also now drives us to the fact that most of these politicians are the same. As long as they are concerned, the political party is just a vehicle to lead you to your desired goal. But there is no policy of principle. There is no politics of ideology. We don't have ideological politicians in this country.
Unfortunately,
we cannot say it all. There are some politicians that have stick to their ideology.
Actually, personal, individual ideologies.
Some politicians have stuck to their ideology over time. So we are not saying all of them, but generally, what is happening, what is trending, it's quite unfortunate that you can see what is happening. And this also should create awareness for the citizens not to kill themselves over political parties, because you can see that these politicians are the same. They will bring all sorts of divisive factor. They will identify the fault lines in the country and then emphasize on it. After they get what they want through the fault lines, they go back and form a family. They are one family when it comes to extorting, suppressing Nigeria, exploiting the national resources, and then squandering the national squandermania. They actually become united and one family. But whenever they are pursuing it, they come and tell us, they bring in the religion fault line, they bring in ethnic fault line, they bring in political party,
just a strategy to pave way in order to achieve the aim.
Fault line, regional fault line, all sorts of fault line. They bring it to bear, and once they get what they want, they go back and become a family and dine on the same table. This is exactly what is happening, and it's quite unfortunate. So you can see that, and also again, the fight in Labour Party was not actually happy. It was not really helpful for the Labour Party itself. That really created, particularly the fight between Mr. Akpata and what is that his name? This national chairman. I will get to remember his name. So you can see that the Joe Ajero and Mr. Akpata, the fight has been very unfortunate. So you can see that what they have caused the Labour Party. They have created actually a suitable ground for these people to to leave Labour Party. And Mike Pedro, let me tell you, interestingly, all the political parties have their own issues. Ranging from PDP, you can see what is happening in PDP concerning the national leadership. The person that is occupying the position is occupying the position in acting capacity, and he has been so doing all this while. That's to tell you that all is not well also in the PDP. And the middle belt are saying, particularly Benue State, are saying, the suspended chairman is from our state, so we need to be given the opportunity to replace it. So you see, the PDP is also having its own problem. Then when you come back to the APC is also having its own problem. Ganduje has been an acting national chairman. This man from Plateau State has been very vociferous in terms of agitating that, look, the chairman should be from the chairman should come from the middle belt region, that is the north central region, because that was the zoning arrangement that continue keeping it with the Northwest is giving the Northwest undue advantage in the party structure, that they are still occupying their own slot of the zoning arrangement, and they are also pestily occupying also the slot that is meant for the North Central. So there are all the political parties. They also have their own storm that they are passing through. So that is the fact that there is a fight in Labour Party does not actually justify those members that actually decamp to other political parties. So, but be that as it may, it's all about politics, which lacks ideology. So all the political parties, the major political parties in Nigeria, actually have their own issues. So for Labour Party, I'm telling you, Labour Party were not prepared for the stage that Peter Obi took them to. Even during the campaigns in 2023, the lack of the preparedness of Labour Party was one of the factors that affected the outcome of the election for the Labour Party. They were not at all prepared. Peter Obi took them by storm to take them to the level that they became a third force, because the Labour Party was an underdog party as at the time Peter Obi came to join them. So you can see that they were structurally not prepared, administratively not prepared, mentally not prepared, and it has been a serious battle. Throughout, it has been a battle between the campaign structure of Peter Obi and the structure of the Labour Party itself. Actually. And then, to tell you the political prowess and support that Peter Obi enjoyed, even in the midst of that storm, he was able to form a third force, which really shows that the man is really indeed very influential as long as the 2023 election is concerned. Really, and then you can also see that there is a gradual romance between Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. And in recent time, the romance has been very, very cordial. And we times coming, we will know what will actually happen between the two. So you can see the issues politically is on and on and on. So we will, in our subsequent program, we will look at political development, as long, particularly that the end of the year is approaching. So many alliances and re-alliances. Even in Plateau State, I am telling you, Michael Pedro, there will be surprising defection in Plateau State. And I am telling you, with these two House of Representative members joining the APC, coupled with what happened during the last local government election, has given an impression that when you are talking about, and then another thing that gives impetus and credence to the APC again is the fact that they have the president at the national level. So it is not a walkover for APC in Plateau State. APC is still viable, potent, active, and effective in Plateau State. Particularly when you look at what transpired in the local government, many people didn't know that it will do. The kind of confidence that the PDP had before the local government election, they never had it on the day of the election. They never had it even after the election. If not, most of the dramas that transpired wouldn't have transpired, because that election wasn't actually an election. It was a sham. Eyewitnesses the election from the pre-election stages, the distribution of materials, even recruitment processes, and then what happened in the election, and after the election, the announcement and other things. That election was not really a very good election at all. It wasn't a free, fair, transparent and credible election. I can say that again because I have facts that I personally documented, and then you can see that already there in the tribunal. We are calling on members of the tribunal to be fair, to be just, and to be courageous, and be fearless, and deliver justice to the necessary people that are already in court.
All right. That was from Barrister Paul Zaruma this morning on politics. I have a lot to say, but because of time, we are just going to take one or two calls. The number to call is 08163141163. The number to send your SMS to is 08163141141, and the number to call is 07032353315. I have a caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I am Bashir, one-time calling from Jos.
Okay, Mr. Bashir.
Thank you very much, Barrister, for your wonderful analysis. We are great. Due to time factor, this issue of state police, we are not addressing the state police. It will be even justice in terms of employment. Employ them and to the various wards in the place so that they should work collectively. Yes, we are in support of that. And again, the politics, our member, Federal House of Representatives in Jos North, over 2 years we did not see him here, and even if he is detected to give PDP voting, we are voting based on credibility. What do you do for us? What are we going to vote for you? Even if you go back to PDP. Again, sorry, our state house member, that is Adamu Ali, who used to bring development on that 2 years. With over 20 years, we did not get a representative like this very man. So, kudos, you should fight again so that we should get more. Thank you very much. I'm Bashir Dankoli.
Thank you, Bashir Dankoli, for that beautiful contribution you just gave.
Frankly, even though we are battling with time, Dr. Adamu Aliyu is doing significantly well for the past 1 year plus. And we are calling on him to maintain the momentum, to keep the tempo, and then the people of Jos North, I think by the end of his tenure, will see reason to tell him continue, because he has started well, I think. Time will not allow us to mention some of the things he has been doing. Even as at yesterday, I had to had an encounter with some of the things, significant things he is doing.
Actually, he has done very, very well. If you go around his area of jurisdiction, you hear people singing his praise. They are actually saying positive things. I've not heard anybody say anything negative about him. And then the call from this very last caller, calling on the representative Basa Jos North. I think there's a need for the representative to actually hearken to this voice
actually,
that has been calling on him all this while.
The representative of Basa Jos North, I'm not his spokesperson, but he has not actually spent up to 2 years there. You remember last year it was AGA that was actually announced.
Yes.
And then the courts ordered for a rerun election, and then he had a rerun election, and after the rerun election they spent some months in court. So I don't see, he doesn't seem like a person who have actually settled down, to be fair to him. But at least it's also good, even if it is a thank you tour, to go across Jos North and explain these things to people
so that they can have an understanding as to what is really happening.
And be patient with you. Because I think when would the date even finish the cases at the Court of Appeal at the tribunal? It's not quite long. So you can see that he has not been the person that has been occupying that place for the past 2 years, just for the purpose of clarity. But I think he should do more. He should significantly
it is expected
do more.
Actually
go around
the connection between him and
create the necessary awareness, and then his media team should also wake up. I agree with Bashir Dankoli. If his media team are really doing what they are supposed to do, I think
the disconnection wouldn't have been felt, actually.
That vacuum would have been.
Yes,
so the Bashir Dankoli is actually right to emphasize the fact that there is indeed a vacuum. You remember during the power when the national grid collapsed, what about could not supply water to some area. Some people who were not members of House of Reps were able to intervene. But supply, like Alhaji Sadiq Plaza, brought in trucks and they were taking water to areas who were undergoing serious issues with water. So if an individual will use his private fund to do that, our politicians, were they sleeping?
A member of Reps.
So at least actually the fact is true. According to Bashiru Dankoli, I agree with him that there is a vacuum, but the member should come and cover that vacuum. His media aides should come and cover that vacuum. They should come and tell Plateaunians, particularly just not Basa constituents, what is actually happening, and then I think it will be better.
Okay, with all that being said, we are at that point where we'll say to you, have a beautiful weekend. We'll be right here on Monday, same time, same station. Barrister, you have your last words for the people today.
My last word, my party word is to the Muslim Ummah, Juma'at Mubarak.
All right, Juma'at Mubarak from me and to you today. Enjoy your day and God bless you. Bye.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion?